You're fine. I'm
Good.
going to put you right next to my mic on here.
Okay,
So
great.
everybody should be able to hear you okay.
Okay, great.
All right, we are now live. Welcome to Fan
Okay.
Flak. I am here with Elena Nacanther. She's on telephone because StreamYard is being weird today. So just put up with us. We're going to be a little annoying. Um, we have quite a few watchers, and we're glad to have you here. I'm going to be showing photos. These are Elena's photos. And so don't drop off and go, oh no, we're not interested. The, now we're down to two. Nay, vey. I hope it's just a counting problem. See,
Right.
I'm hoping my brother will come on here so we can both discuss everything. Mark has absolutely no. Um, Here he is. Hi, Mark.
It just hiccuped. I'm sorry.
Okay. Elena is on phone. Can you hear her? Can you say something?
Hello, Mark.
I could barely hear her.
Okay, let me try.
Well,
Move.
as long as you can hear her, that's fine.
Well, it's more important that the people out there can hear her. Okay,
Ah,
how about that? Say something, Elena.
Hello.
I can hear her fine now.
Okay, great. I put her
Good.
right next to the mic. Okay,
Okay.
here we go. My friends, this has been some morning, I'll tell you. I'm still recovering from falling flat on my back from a standing
Ow!
position. Yeah,
Oh.
You
I
didn't
hit,
tell me about that.
I know, I hit two chairs going down.
Oh
So
my.
I even got scratches from my trouble.
Great.
So,
Well, just to tell everybody, that's why we log on a half an hour early every Sunday because
exactly.
every Sunday either Melody has a problem or I have a problem or the
Or
guest
the
has a problem.
It always happens. So, anyway, poor Elena can't even reach the production studio. So, I think it's probably on StreamYard's end. So, anyway, I am going to, first of all, let's hear a little about your background. I know you were a 16-year-old kid in Brooklyn
Yes.
and
Okay.
you became a big Dark Shadows fan.
Yeah, quite accidentally,
Oh,
I might
yeah.
add.
How did that happen?
Well, what happened was, Dark Shadows came on in '66,
Right.
and I started watching it when it began, and I thought it was the most boring show I had ever seen in my life.
Let's face it,
So
it
I
was.
stopped watching it. Then this one day, my girlfriend Roxanne said to me, "Oh, let's go shopping up on Kings Highway, which is a shopping place in Brooklyn."
Right.
And I said, "Sure, let's go." So I get to her house, and she says to me, "Well, we're not leaving until I watch my soap." And I'm like, "Really?" And she said, "Yes, it's great. You're going to love it." And she puts on Dark Shadows. When I saw Dark Shadows, I was like, "Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no." And then Barnabas came on.
And there he was.
And oh my God, it was like a light bulb went off in my head. And, she was going to turn the show off after we watched it. And I said, no. I want to see who that actor is. And so I found out it was Jonathan Frid. And I looked at Roxanne and I said, I am going to meet that man. And that's how I became a big Dark Shadows fan.
And little did you know it would change the rest of your life.
Exactly.
Yep.
It did. It really did, Melody.
I
Really.
know. It changed mine also. So
Yeah.
the
So that was the beginning.
right. And then you went to Manhattan studio.
Yeah, well, I first
yeah.
before I went to the Manhattan studio, I went to the A&S fashion show in Brooklyn that he was the MC of.
Oh.
Because my uncle worked for A&S and got me VIP ticket. But the only problem was I was sitting in the same room with him, maybe 5 feet from him, but I was not allowed to talk to him. I just had to sit there and watch what was going on. They said if you talk, we're throwing you out of the faculty.
Are you serious?
So, I'm serious. So that's why I said, "Oh, that's not going to work. This is really bad."
That sucks. Yeah.
Yeah. So finally, they wouldn't. My parents would not let me go into Manhattan by myself. At 16 years old, I mean, they were really strict, horrible. So I had to beg my Aunt Esther if she would come with me to the studio. And so I went with Aunt Esther to the studio, and that day, unfortunately, Jonathan wasn't there. But I did meet a girl named Nancy Driscoll who lived right near my Aunt Esther. So then I had somebody to go to the studio with, and that's how I got to go there all the time.
There you go.
There you go. And the next time that I went there, I met Jonathan. April 17th, 1969.
Oh, there you go. And how did it evolve that you started handling his fan mail?
Well, this is what happened. That day, I met him. I got an autograph. And, he had asked my name and everything. And it wasn't until the second time I met him, and he was interested in my red scrapbook. That was like the catalyst to everything. So he wanted to see the scrapbook. So the next time that I went to the studio, he was coming in for afternoon rehearsal. So he asked me to come into the studio with him. He wanted to look through my scrapbook, which he did. And so we sat there, and he asked about all the various articles that I had in there. And he was very impressed with me, how I put everything together. And so that's how it happened, that he thought that I was good enough to put things together and, be very organized. So that's how it started.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So at the top of his popularity, how many pieces of fan mail was he receiving per day?
He had to receive hundreds per day. But I mean, let's put it this way. He wasn't caught up with what was there already.
Yeah.
I mean, it was easy to keep up with. Valerie is another girl
Valerie
from the studio yes, that I met. And the two of us were the ones who helped him out with errands and all of that kind of stuff. We did anything that he asked us to do. Like go get fan magazines and pick up his publicity pictures, his press kit, everything, anything, that he needed. So, but it was easy enough to keep up with the day-to-day, but the backlog was outrageous.
Yeah.
So that's why we had the fan mail parties.
Yeah. With everybody there answering fan mail.
Yes. And it looked like you couldn't even imagine. Boxes from A to Z piled up like 5 feet high.
Well, I ran Grayson Hall's fan club, the second one after the show went off. And she told me about the time that they dragged in her fan mail. And she was expecting, a little, 3 or 4. And they after they dragged in the second bag, she said, no. So apparently Matt did something with it, or I don't know. But Jonathan obviously had a bigger problem.
Yes.
That's just insane to think of that many fan mails in one day.
Right.
Now I know he had told us that he had received a lot of naked photos from young ladies and things like that. Did you see a lot of that?
Very embarrassing for him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Can you imagine?
We didn't see any of those.
Good.
But people at the studio who worked there, because they opened his mail, he didn't open it. Other people did. Good. They would pass it around the studio to look at. And he found it so embarrassing and so horrible. He said,
Yeah.
that's personal and private. That isn't supposed to be passed around.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, when we were answering the fan mail, he would go around and yell at people to stop reading the fan mail because he didn't want anyone to know what people were writing to him.
Well, he could. Yeah, Jonathan could have a temper on him when he wanted to. But
Oh, yeah.
I think we've all experienced that.
No,
Well,
he never
anybody
had
in
a temper
fandom.
with me.
Yeah,
Never.
well, no way. He loved you. Try writing the Dark Shadows companion.
I could imagine. I could imagine. Oh my God.
It would no. He was actually very sweet about it. But he did find a couple of things. I mean, even after our copy editor, who was May Spalding Davis, who had worked for Time Magazine, went through it, we still left his name misspelled 5 or 6 times. So,
Oh my God.
yeah. Oh, we've lost Mark again. Anyway, he'll be back in a moment.
Okay.
Anyway, well, let's start going to the photos here.
Okay.
And let's see. Okay. All right. This is, of course, not working, but
Great.
all right. Window. We've lost Mark again. Okay. It is just not working.
Oh, that's a shame. It really is.
I had heard that about, let me see if I can find a workaround.
Okay.
Yeah, for one thing, there we go. There's at least we have your name on the screen now. All right. Let's see. All right. This is going to be a really kind of crappy workaround, but it's the best
Okay.
we got, so we'll go with it.
Okay.
All right. See if this is going to work.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, the picture I have is up in the right-hand corner. It's small, but we'll go with it. It's a picture of you with Jonathan in his brown Barnabas suit and standing in front of a window with beige curtains.
Okay, that was taken outside the Dark Shadow studio, and he came out in his brown suit from the show,
Right.
which he wore to a lot of publicity meetings. And that day he was heading over to ABC Corporate because he had a meeting for some of the junkets that he was going to be going on.
Right.
And he used that suit as one of his go-tos because he thought that it looked nice on him.
Right.
And as a matter of fact, he always said that Ramsey Mastrola did a good job with his wardrobe, and he liked what was chosen for him.
Right.
So, and he wore that suit also to the A&S fashion show that I told you about.
Right.
He wore that there too.
Well, it's probably how he was recognized in the beginning,
I guess, but really those double-breasted suits, both the brown and the gray, were fit him to a T. They were really made for him.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure they were also tailored to him too. So
yeah, well, those two particularly were made for him.
Right.
They were custom made. Those two.
Yeah. Well, it's his seminal look now. I have, in fact, actually held that suit. So I can, back in the olden days of
right, back in the olden days,
the Texas Dark Shadows convention,
right.
Jonathan had all of his stuff shipped there for display, and of course we had it in our custody, and we got to tote it around. So yeah, I've actually seen that suit. It's extremely well made and has all manner of little things in it. Let's see. I think what we should do is, because of the various issues with everything, I'm just going to stop it at right at 20 minutes, and that way we won't be struggling with this. We'll let StreamYard deal with its stuff. I'll get on the phone with them, and we'll figure out what the problem is with sharing and everything. And then we'll be able to actually show your photos and share the memories.
Okay.
That sound like a plan?
That sounds like a plan.
Okay, bless you. You've been so patient with me. I must tell our viewers that this lady has been a saint.
Well, you have someone who worked in professional radio and knows how awful things can go technically.
It's just insane. I mean, it just, and we're in a new frontier too with the podcasting. So
that's true.
It goes crazy at the drop of a hat. So anyway,
when digital first came on, I was lucky enough to be an engineer.
Ooh.
And you had to pray that the stuff was there when you went to hit it. It's not you would have dead air.
Yeah, plug and pray.
Yes.
Yes. I'm telling you, they have so much potential in these things, but what is it Scotty said in Star Trek? The more complicated the plumbing, the easier it is to stop it up.
Yeah, that's right. It's true. Very true.
It is. Anyway, thank you very much for being with us. I will be back to you in the next couple of days, and we'll reschedule.
Okay.
All right. Bless you.
Take care, Melody.
You too, hon. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye.
Well, everyone, rather than put poor Elena through all of that, I just ended it. So I will bring Mark back for a quick hello. Mark?
Hello. Yes.
I cut Elena loose because we're having trouble with sharing. So if we can't show photos, what's the point, So we'll reschedule her and bring her back in. And for now, we did a nice 20 minutes. So, and she shared some memories. So to everybody, we'll be back next week, hopefully with Elena. If not Elena, then with a gentleman who's going to talk to us about the British science fiction show Blake 7, and or Skinwalker Ranch or something. We'll have content.
Never seen an episode of Blake 7. No, I'm sorry, I did. I think.
Yeah, you have seen one, but that's okay. It's you You can watch a couple of them.
They have a
They're not
very
bad. No, it's
they
a
have a
actually.
very they have a very odd robot on there that I couldn't quite grasp.
Oh, the box, Orak.
I don't
Go ahead.
know, and he had some kind of weird face. I don't know.
I'm
Maybe
trying to
I'm
think.
thinking of something besides Blink 7.
Maybe, yeah, I think so. Because Blake Seven, really, the only robot they had was
Was he
Orak, who came in a
is he the
box.
one that was trying to kill everybody?
No, no.
Okay, then I'm thinking of something
Um,
else.
yeah, the
It was a
ship Yin.
comedy. It was a comedy, but the robot who was like Data was trying to kill everybody, like on the sly.
Oh, that sounds like one of the Hugh Laurie.
Oh, I think it was Red. I think it was Red
Red,
Dwarf.
oh, Red Dwarf. Yeah. Oh, that's a wonderful show too. But you should watch a couple episodes of Black Sabbath. It's good. It is. It's sort of a reverse Star Trek. So they took the Star Trek emblem and put it on its side. So it basically Kirk and Spock don't like each other. They don't get along, and everything is that they still end up saving each other's lives 45 times. So anyway, you go back to your day, good sir. Thank you for joining me as always, and give my love to the family. And to all our friends out there, I forget where oh, there it is. You guys have a great week, and we'll be back here in some form next Sunday.
Well,
Bye
aren't
bye.
you going to have a new setup by then?
Yes, I will have a new setup by then. So we won't have this problem, hopefully.
At least we won't have this problem at her place
Yeah, not at
over
this
over
end.
here.
Although we may have a whole new set of
Right, but
it.
I'll still have my problems.
Yeah,
So,
well, I was just talking to Elena about the radio engineering and how things fail quickly. So anyway, we will see all of you next week, I hope. And don't give up on us. Bye bye.
bye bye.